Hare Krishna. Welcome back to our online Swadhyaya reading retreat labs. So we are continuing to read Śrīmad Bhāgavatam since last the canto number 9 since last 3 days. And today we'll be going to cover the last part of the chapter number 3 of canto 9. So before that, let me share my screen. And I'm also reading the hard copy of the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. You can also find out in the nearest ISKCON temple, right? So now, without any further delay, let's then get started what we have covered so far in this chapter. Then we will move on to the last segment of it. So in the last 3 days, we have started with the first part. We covered the marriage of Sukanya and Chavarmani, how it is happening. In the second day, we have covered how Chavanmuni is becoming a young man with help from Ashwini Kumars. Then in the in the last third segment or third part, we have covered how Saryati's happiness with Sukanya's chastity. So that part we have covered. And today we are going to cover the marriage of Rebati and Lord Baladeva. So who is Rebati and all? So that we are going to learn from today. So let's move on to the verse Srimad Bhagavatam, canto number 9, chapter number 3. Translation: King Saryati begot three sons named Uttanavari, Anartha, Gurishena. From Anartha came a son named Revata, right? So it is very sometimes a little tricky to remember all those names, right? So what we can do, so here we can, in this, here we can have also a family graph or a family tree, how it can be, right? So here, in this, we can have the family tree starting with Saryati, King Saryati, and he has three sons. So how we will be mentioning this? We will be mentioning this family tree as like this. So here the first son's name is Uttanavari. Uttanavari, then next one is Anartha, and third one is a Burishena. It is always better while reading if you are doing this mind map. It's much easy to remember. I know it's very overwhelming to understand so much of names, so many names are there, but still, it's a good practice. So they are the three sons. Yes, now it is correct. So King Saryati has three sons, Uttaravari, Anartha, and Burishena. From Anartha came a son named Revata. So Anartha's son is named Revata. Anartha's son, his son is Revata, right? Okay, so this is the tree. Now let's move on to the next verse. Verse number 28. Translation: O Maharaja Parikshit, subdue of enemies, this Revata constructed a kingdom known as the Kusasthali in the depths of the ocean. There he lived and ruled such tracts of land as Anartha, etc. He had 100 very nice sons, of the whom the eldest was Kakudbi, right? So again, his kingdom is Kusasthali. 100 sons. The kingdom was Kusasthali. 100 sons and 100 very nice sons, who then the eldest was a Kakudbi. right? So this is the structure. Now let's move on to verse number 29. Taking his own daughter, Revati, Kahurmi went to Lord Brahma in Brahmaloka, which is transcendental to the three modes of material nature, and inquired about a husband for her. It appears that Brahmaloka, the abode of Lord Brahma, is also transcendental above the three modes of material nature, aparabdam. Next, move on to the next verse number 30. Translation. When Kakudmi arrived there, Lord Brahma was engaged in hearing the musical performances by the Gandharvas and had not moment to talk with him. Therefore, Kakudmi waited, and at the end of the musical performances, he offered his obeisances to Lord Brahma and thus submitted his long-standing desire. Translation. After hearing his words, Lord Brahma, who is most powerful, laughed loudly and said to Kakurmi, O king, all those whom have you decided within the core of your heart to accept as your son-in-law have passed away in the course of time. Verse number 32, translation. 27 Chaturyugas have already passed. Those upon whom you may have decided are now gone, and so are their sons, grandsons, and other descendants. You cannot even hear about their names. Purport. During Lord Brahma's days, 14 Manus or 1000 Mahayugas pass away. Brahma informed King Kakudmi that 27 Mahayugas, each consisting of the four periods of Satya, Trita, Dwapar, and Kali, had already passed. All the kings and other great personalities born in those yugas and had now departed from memory into obscurity. This is the way of time as it moves through past, present, and future. Verse number 33. O king, leave here and offer your daughter to Lord Baladeva, who is still present. He is the most powerful indeed. He is the supreme personality of Godhead, whose plenary person is Lord Vishnu. Your daughter is fit to be given to him in charity. Verse number 34. Translation. Lord Baladev is the supreme personality of Godhead. One who hears and chants about him is purified. Because he is always a well-wisher of all living entities, he has descended with all his paraphernalia to purify the entire world and lessen its burden. Verse number 35, translation. Having received this order from Lord Brahma, Kakudni offered obeisances unto him and returned to his own residence. He then saw that his residence was vacant, having been abandoned by his brothers and other relatives who were leaving all directions because of fear of such higher living beings as the Yakshas. Verse number 36. Translation. Thereafter, the king gave his most beautiful daughter in charity to the supreme powerful Baladeva and then retired from world life and went to Badrikashram to please Naranarayan. Purport. Thus, and the Bhakti Vedanta purports of the ninth canto, third chapter of the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam entitled The Marriage of Shukanya and Shavanamuni. So with this, we have completed the third chapter of this canto number 9. Let's move on to the mind map again, right? So this is a summary which we have studied today. Revati and Lord Baladeva is happening the marriage between Revati and Baladeva. So this is the entire structure of canto number 9, chapter number 3. So in the next segment, in the next tomorrow, we will be starting with a new chapter. That is the chapter number 4, where we will be talking about Ambrish Maharaj, how he is offended by Durvasa Muni. So this chapter is having how many verses? So I think it is having around 71 verses. So we'll start from this new chapter. So looking forward to meet you once again. Thank you very much for joining in. Hare Krishna.